An unseen war is raging, and you're on the front lines, whether you know it or not. Ascending souls, are you ready for what is about to be revealed? Can you truly handle the responsibility that comes with awakening, with remembering who you really are and the powers you hold? This is it, the moment when everything shifts and the veils between worlds grow thin. What's coming isn't just another fleeting energetic wave. It's a calculated maneuver designed to test your resilience, challenge your faith, and ultimately define your path. Your journey, your purpose, and your evolution are all on the line. If you are not prepared, these amplified energies can lead to burnout, increased self-doubt, and a feeling of being completely lost in the dark. But if you understand the forces at play and learn how to wield your inner power, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true potential. Now is the time to prepare. But what if the darkness isn't an external force, but a reflection of your own unresolved shadows, amplified by this cosmic alignment? What if the battles you face are not with unseen entities, but with the limitations you've placed upon yourself? What if the key to navigating this darkness lies not in fighting it, but in understanding it, integrating it, and transmuting it into fuel for your spiritual evolution? This isn't about fearing the darkness, but about understanding its nature and reclaiming your inner sovereignty in the face of it. This isn't about fighting it, but controlling it, channeling it, and using it to create the world you wish to see. In this video, we will delve into ancient wisdom and modern science to uncover the hidden mechanics behind these energetic shifts, empowering you with the knowledge to navigate them consciously and responsibly. For the purpose of this video, Lightworkers are those who feel called to raise the vibration of the planet, whether they're aware of the exact role they play or not. Ascending souls are Lightworkers on the precipice of evolutionary shift. They are the starseeds, the empaths, the healers, and the visionaries who are here to guide humanity through this time of great transformation. Just as you shower to cleanse your physical body, energetic hygiene involves practices like meditation, grounding, and cord cutting to maintain a clear and balanced energy field. But what if energetic hygiene is not enough? What if we need more than just cleansing? What if we need to learn to fight? We'll focus on shadow work to integrate repressed emotions, spiritual protection techniques to shield against negative influences, and community connection to find support and strength in numbers. Are you experiencing unusual sleep patterns, waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Or perhaps you're feeling sudden waves of anxiety or unexplained physical sensations like tingling or pressure in your head. These are just some of the energetic signatures that many ascending souls are experiencing right now. It's the feeling of unease, like something is about to break, or like the world is tilting on its axis. Are you ready to step into your power and become an active agent of light, or will you remain a passive observer, swept away by the tide? What if the darkness is a call for help? What if it is a cry from the past, begging to be healed and integrated? What if the darkness is a mirror reflecting back to us what we refuse to see? Pay attention to the symbol of the mirror. It represents both reflection and deception. Which one will you allow to guide you? In the next section, we'll reveal the specific astrological alignment that's triggering this energetic shift, and how you can harness its power for your own transformation. Plus, if you are reading this now, then you are now one of the few who have found this out. So, let's pull back the curtain and expose the cosmic catalyst driving this energetic surge, the Saturn-Pisces conjunction. This isn't just another astrological footnote, it's the main event, a celestial collision of epic proportions. Imagine Saturn, the stern taskmaster of the zodiac, the planet of structure, limitations, and karmic lessons, wading into the dreamy, fluid waters of Pisces, the sign of illusions, spirituality, and the collective unconscious. Saturn entered Pisces in March 2023 and will remain there until February 2026. Note those dates, because the effects are only going to intensify as we approach peak alignment, which is happening right now. Think of it like this. Saturn is the architect demanding blueprints, while Pisces is the boundless ocean of possibilities. The archetypal energy of Saturn in Pisces manifests as a tension between the tangible and the intangible, between our earthly responsibilities and our spiritual aspirations. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a cloud. The challenge, to ground our dreams in reality, to build a solid foundation for our spiritual beliefs, and to discern between authentic intuition and wishful thinking. This alignment isn't about crushing our dreams. It's about refining them, making them more durable, and aligning them with our soul's purpose, and perhaps more importantly, with the realities of the world around us. Energetically, this Saturn-Pisces conjunction is like an energetic fog rolling in, obscuring clarity, testing our faith, and forcing us to navigate by inner compass rather than external landmarks. Have you felt that disorientation, that sense of being adrift? That's the fog. And within that fog lurks something far more profound, the surfacing of both collective and individual shadow aspects. Because Pisces governs the collective unconscious, Saturn's transit can trigger repressed emotions, unresolved traumas, and hidden fears to rise to the surface. Feelings of inadequacy might be amplified, leading to self-doubt and procrastination. Old wounds may resurface, demanding to be acknowledged and healed. Harsh truths about ourselves and our world may become impossible to ignore. But what exactly is this darkness we speak of? Is it a monolithic entity, a singular force of evil? No, the darkness is a spectrum, a multifaceted phenomenon that manifests in various forms. The first, and perhaps most insidious, is our personal shadow. This isn't about being bad. It's about the unacknowledged parts of ourselves, the emotions, beliefs, and behaviors that we've repressed or disowned. The fear of failure, self-sabotage, repressed anger, feelings of unworthiness, these are all aspects of the shadow, and they can be powerfully triggered by the current energies. What if that darkness is not an external force, but your neighbor, your friend, or even your family member? What if it is you? Beyond our personal shadows, there are negative entities and thought forms. Now, I'm not talking about demons lurking under your bed. These entities are often parasitic energies, thought forms created by collective fear and negativity, or external influences seeking to manipulate our energy fields. Fear-based thoughts can create energetic thought forms that feed on our anxiety and perpetuate negative cycles. The media, for example, often exploits these thought forms to create an atmosphere of fear and division. These entities gain power through our attention, our fear, and our unconscious agreement. Then there's societal manipulation and control. Those in power often use fear, propaganda, and division to control the masses. Divisive political rhetoric can exploit our shadow aspects, fueling anger and resentment, and preventing us from uniting for positive change. Corporations manipulate our desires through advertising, preying on our insecurities, and creating a culture of consumerism that keeps us trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. This darkness isn't some shadowy organization. It's woven into the very fabric of our society. Finally, we have karmic debts and past traumas. Unresolved karmic debts and past traumas can create energetic blockages that attract negative experiences. Unresolved childhood trauma might manifest as recurring patterns of unhealthy relationships or financial struggles. Past life experiences can create energetic imprints that influence our present-day reality. These debts and traumas aren't punishments. They're opportunities for healing and growth, chances to break free from limiting patterns and reclaim our energetic sovereignty. So how do you know when you're being affected by these different forms of darkness? What are the signs and symptoms to watch out for? A sudden and overwhelming feeling of anxiety, paranoia, or hopelessness might be a sign of external influence or unresolved shadow aspects. Physical sensations like unexplained fatigue, headaches, or digestive issues can also indicate energetic imbalances. Recurring nightmares, intrusive thoughts, or a sense of being watched can be further indicators. Pay attention to these signals. They are your inner alarm system, alerting you to potential threats. But don't despair, because you are not defenseless. You have an arsenal of tools at your disposal, techniques for spiritual protection, energy clearing, intuition amplification, and community connection. Visualization techniques using sacred geometry, like imagining a golden sphere of light surrounding yourself, can create a powerful shield against negative energies. Affirmations for self-sovereignty, such as "I am sovereign," "I am protected," "My energy is my own," can reinforce your energetic boundaries. Grounding exercises, connecting with the Earth's energy, can help you stay present and centered amidst the chaos. Smudging with sage or Palo Santo, salt baths, sound healing, and cord-cutting rituals can release stagnant or harmful energy from your body, mind, and environment. Meditation, journaling, dream analysis, and connecting with spirit guides can enhance your psychic abilities and tune you into your inner guidance. Gratitude practices, mindfulness exercises, cognitive reframing, and emotional release techniques can cultivate resilience, positive thinking, and emotional regulation. Joining online or in-person spiritual communities, participating in group meditations, and sharing knowledge and resources can provide support, encouragement, and collective action. But remember, the most powerful weapon in your arsenal is your own sovereignty, your ability to choose your response to external events and to create your own reality. But how do we fully reclaim that sovereignty? How do we move from being a pawn in this cosmic game to being a player, a conscious creator of our own destiny? That is exactly what we will discuss in the next section. But let's get real for a moment. How is this cosmic soup, this Saturn-Pisces conjunction, actually playing out in your life? Because I'm here to tell you, this isn't a one-size-fits-all experience. Your astrological blueprint, that unique map of the stars at the moment you were born, is going to heavily influence how this energy manifests. Someone with a prominent Pisces influence in their chart might feel completely swept away by this conjunction, like a tidal wave of emotions and psychic information. They might struggle to maintain boundaries and discern between reality and illusion. On the other hand, someone with a stronger Saturnian influence might feel incredibly restricted, like their dreams are being suffocated by responsibility and limitation. They might become overly critical, rigid, and cynical, and those with strong air or fire placements may not feel the effects so deeply. It's all in the personal relationship. Are you ready to feel it, really feel it? And that leads me to the core of it all, your intuition. Now more than ever, you need to trust that inner voice, that subtle whisper of guidance. Forget what the so-called experts are saying, forget what your rational mind is trying to tell you. If something feels off, it is off. If something feels right, even if it defies logic, trust it. Are you one of those people who always knows something is about to happen? Are you the friend everyone calls when they need advice? Are you highly empathetic? That's because you're not most people. Your intuitive compass is your greatest asset right now. It's okay to feel different during this time. In fact, it's a sign that you're tuning into the higher frequencies, that you're aligning with your soul's purpose. So crank up the volume on that inner voice and let it guide you through the fog. If you're feeling that pull, like the moon is speaking directly to you, that's because it probably is. So, what might that look like in the nitty-gritty of your daily life? Let's get specific. Perhaps you're experiencing heightened sensitivity to energy, feeling overwhelmed by crowds, loud noises, or chaotic environments. Maybe you're having vivid dreams or even nightmares, your subconscious mind processing repressed emotions and unresolved traumas. Perhaps you're feeling confused, disoriented, or scattered, struggling to focus and make decisions. Or maybe you're experiencing physical symptoms like fatigue, digestive issues, or unexplained aches and pains, your body's way of releasing stagnant energy. Maybe you're feeling a strong urge to withdraw from social activities, to retreat into solitude and recharge your batteries. All of these are valid and normal responses to the intense Saturn-Pisces energy. The key here is to embrace the paradox, to understand that this energy can be both challenging and transformative. You might feel incredibly vulnerable and incredibly powerful at the same time. You might feel both lost and found, confused and clear, restricted and liberated. This isn't a contradiction, it's the nature of this energy. This isn't about forcing yourself to be positive or to manifest your desires. It's about allowing yourself to feel whatever arises, to acknowledge your fears and doubts, and to trust that even in the midst of chaos, you are being guided towards your highest good. So how do you navigate this paradox? How do you embrace the ambiguity? Here's a powerful tool: journaling. Grab your favorite notebook and pen, find a quiet space, and ask yourself these questions. How is this energy challenging my beliefs about reality? Where am I feeling limited or restricted? What am I being asked to release or let go of? What new possibilities are emerging? What am I learning about myself? What am I grateful for? Write whatever comes to mind, without judgment or censorship. Let your thoughts flow freely onto the page. This is your safe space to explore your inner landscape, to make sense of the chaos, and to uncover hidden treasures. And that brings us to the shadow, that often feared, often misunderstood aspect of ourselves. Let me be clear, your shadow isn't some evil monster lurking in the depths of your psyche. It's simply the unacknowledged parts of yourself, the emotions, beliefs, and behaviors that you've repressed, disowned, or rejected. Think of your shadow as a room in your house that you've kept locked for years. It's not necessarily filled with monsters, but it probably needs some cleaning and airing out. Shadow work is the process of unlocking that room, shining a light on its contents, and integrating those hidden aspects into your conscious awareness. But how does this relate to Saturn in Pisces? Well, Saturn in Pisces can act like a cosmic mirror, reflecting back to us those aspects of ourselves that we've been avoiding. It can trigger feelings of inadequacy, insecurity, and self-doubt. It can bring up old wounds and unresolved traumas. It can expose our escapist tendencies and our unhealthy coping mechanisms. For example, Saturn in Pisces can bring up feelings of being lost at sea, without a clear direction or purpose. This can lead to escapist tendencies like overeating, excessive use of technology, or substance abuse. It can also trigger feelings of victimhood, disillusionment, and fear of the unknown. But here's the key: these shadow aspects aren't problems to be fixed, they're opportunities for growth. So how do you actually do shadow work? How do you unlock that hidden room and integrate its contents? There are many techniques you can use, including journaling, meditation, dream analysis, and active imagination. But the most important ingredient is self-compassion. Treat your shadow self with the same kindness and empathy that you would offer a wounded child. Understand that your shadow aspects are not your enemy. They're simply parts of you that are trying to protect you, albeit in misguided ways. In your journal, write a letter to your shadow self. Ask it what it needs and what it's trying to protect you from. Listen to its response with an open heart and an open mind. When you integrate your shadow, you reclaim lost energy and unlock hidden talents. You become more grounded, resilient, and able to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. You become more authentic, more whole, and more empowered. And you're also more able to discern between benevolent and malevolent energies, to set healthy boundaries, and to protect yourself from negative influences. Which brings us to the topic of unseen forces. Whether you call them spirit guides, angels, or benevolent entities, there are forces beyond our physical senses that are available to support us on our journey. But there are also negative entities, thought forms created by collective fear and negativity, and external influences seeking to manipulate our energy fields. So, how do you tell the difference? How do you discern between benevolent and malevolent energies? The most important thing is to trust your intuition. Pay attention to how the energy makes you feel. Does it feel expansive, uplifting, and aligned with your highest good? Or does it feel constricting, draining, and manipulative? Remember, our intentions can attract or repel different types of energies. If you approach a situation with fear and suspicion, you're more likely to attract negative energies. If you approach it with love and compassion, you're more likely to attract positive energies. It's also crucial to set clear energetic boundaries to protect yourself from negative influences. Imagine a bubble of light surrounding you, only allowing in energies that are aligned with your highest good. Visualize this bubble daily, reinforcing your energetic sovereignty. It's wise to seek guidance from trusted spiritual teachers, healers, or mentors, but to always trust your own intuition above all else. Be wary of anyone who claims to have all the answers or who tries to control you through fear or manipulation. True spiritual teachers empower you to find your own truth, not to blindly follow theirs. Some sources may not be looking out for your highest good, so listen internally. Ultimately, reclaiming your sovereignty is about releasing yourself from the emotional burden of anger, resentment, and bitterness. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about saying, "I refuse to let your actions continue to control my life." Forgive yourself for past mistakes and perceived failures. We all make mistakes. The key is to learn from them and move forward with self-compassion. Forgive others, even those who have caused you great pain. Imagine seeing the person you're forgiving as a child who is also wounded and trying to protect themselves. Forgiveness can help to release karmic debts and break free from repeating patterns of suffering. By forgiving those who have wronged you, you're freeing yourself from the energetic ties that bind you to them. When you release the weight of resentment, you create room for joy, peace, and abundance to flow into your life. Remember that the spiritual journey is an ongoing process and that challenges will continue to arise. There will always be ups and downs, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. The key is to keep learning, growing, and trusting your inner guidance. You are a lightworker. You are powerful beyond measure. You have everything you need within you to create a life of joy, peace, and purpose. Continue to prioritize self-care, connect with like-minded souls, and find ways to express your unique gifts and talents. Imagine a world where everyone is empowered to live their full potential, where resources are shared equitably, and where love and compassion prevail. That world is not a distant dream. It's a possibility that we are co-creating together, one thought, one action, one breath at a time. The universe is asking for each individual to live their truth. But the journey doesn't end here, and there is more to discover. In the next section, we will delve deeper into ancient wisdom, unlocking the secrets of past civilizations and how they can guide us through these turbulent times. Are you ready to uncover the hidden knowledge that awaits? But remember, this journey, this calling to live your truth, isn't always a walk in the park, and the imminent Saturn-Pisces conjunction is about to turn up the volume on everything, for better or for worse. This isn't just another astrological event. It's a cosmic amplifier, intensifying the shadows both within us and in the world around us. Think of it as a spiritual stress test, revealing the fault lines in our foundations, both personal and collective. That little tendency you have to procrastinate, this energy can amplify that into full-blown paralysis, making it impossible to take action on your dreams. That nagging feeling of insecurity in your relationship, Saturn-Pisces can magnify that into a chasm of mistrust and doubt, threatening to unravel your connection. And those societal issues that you've been trying to ignore, inequality, injustice, environmental destruction, they're about to become impossible to overlook, demanding our attention and action. In the realm of career, an amplified sense of inadequacy might lead to avoiding challenges or settling for less than you deserve. Regarding finances, a pre-existing scarcity mindset could morph into hoarding or desperate, unethical choices. Even your health might reflect this amplification, with minor ailments becoming chronic issues due to stress and suppressed emotions. And it's not just about individual challenges. Negative emotions are contagious, and right now, with everyone's sensitivities heightened, shadow contagion is a real threat. Fear-based media thrives on this, creating a collective sense of anxiety and paranoia that can lead to impulsive decisions and social division. It's like a virus spreading through the collective consciousness, weakening our immune system and making us more susceptible to manipulation. That's why awareness and discernment are more crucial than ever. You must become vigilant about your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Question your assumptions. Seek out diverse perspectives. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the present moment. Don't let yourself get swept away by the tide of negativity. If you find yourself spiraling, take a step back, breathe, and ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is this feeling aligned with my highest good? Remember, you have the power to choose your response, to resist the contagion, and to cultivate inner peace even in the midst of chaos. And speaking of things that drain your energy, let's talk about energetic vampires. These are people or situations that feed off your vitality, leaving you feeling depleted, exhausted, and emotionally drained. They come in many forms: the constant complainer who always has a sob story, the drama queen who thrives on chaos, the narcissist who demands constant attention and validation. Their tactics are subtle but insidious: guilt trips, emotional blackmail, criticism, and manipulation. They might subtly undermine your confidence, invalidate your feelings, or make you feel responsible for their happiness. Identifying these energetic vampires is the first step in protecting yourself. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with certain people or being in certain situations. Do you feel energized and inspired, or do you feel drained and depleted? Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. How can you spot them? Watch out for people who dominate conversations, who rarely ask about you but talk endlessly about themselves, who leave you feeling emotionally exhausted after even brief interactions. Now, how do you protect yourself from these unseen influences? You've already started by recognizing the signs. It's time to deepen your practice. Building upon previous protection techniques, let's introduce more advanced spiritual protection practices. Consider working with specific deities or spirit guides known for their protective qualities. For instance, invoking Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, to cut energetic cords and shield you from negativity. Or visualizing the flower of life, a sacred geometric symbol surrounding yourself, creating an impenetrable barrier of positive energy. Experiment and find what resonates most powerfully with you. And what about refining those discernment skills? Because not every intuitive hit is actually intuition. Sometimes it's just fear masquerading as guidance. Ask yourself, is this thought coming from a place of love or fear? Is it empowering or disempowering? Does it promote connection or separation? Authentic intuition feels calm, clear, and grounded. Fear-based projections feel anxious, urgent, and chaotic. Learn to recognize the difference and trust your inner compass to guide you towards truth. It's all connected to energetic resonance. Your personal vibration acts like a magnet, attracting energies and entities that match your frequency. If you're constantly complaining or gossiping, you're more likely to attract negative energies and toxic relationships. If you're cultivating gratitude, joy, and compassion, you'll attract positive influences and supportive connections. Raise your vibration by focusing on what you appreciate, practicing acts of kindness, and surrounding yourself with beauty. Never forget the importance of personal sovereignty. You have the right to choose your own beliefs, values, and energetic boundaries. No one has the right to violate your energy field or impose their will upon you. Stand firm in your truth and don't be afraid to say no to anything that doesn't feel aligned with your soul's purpose. Claim your power and defend your energetic sovereignty with unwavering conviction. It's important to guard your spiritual autonomy and never blindly following any guru or teacher. Set appropriate boundaries and honor your individual spiritual path. But remember this: spiritual protection should never be used to harm or manipulate others. It's not about attacking the enemy or engaging in spiritual warfare in a destructive way. It's about defending yourself from negative influences, maintaining your energetic integrity, and creating a safe space for your soul to thrive. Which leads us to the bigger picture, the battle for consciousness itself. There is an ongoing battle for consciousness between forces of light and darkness, both within ourselves and in the world at large. This isn't always an external battle. This is the battle between fear and love, between truth and deception, between freedom and control. It's a battle for the very soul of humanity, and each of us has a role to play. Let's debunk some common misconceptions about spiritual warfare. It's not about physical violence or religious dogma. It's not about fighting the enemy, but about transforming our own shadows and creating a more compassionate and just world. Spiritual warfare is about cultivating inner peace, standing up for truth, and resisting manipulation. It's about choosing love over fear, unity over division, and freedom over control? And how do dark forces attempt to control and manipulate humanity? Through fear, division, and misinformation. They spread conspiracy theories, promote violence and hatred, undermine trust in institutions, and create a climate of chaos and uncertainty. They seek to disempower us, to make us feel helpless and hopeless, to convince us that we are victims of circumstance. But here's the truth: we are not victims, we are powerful creators, and we have the ability to choose our reality. By cultivating inner strength, speaking our truth, and standing up for what we believe in, we can become spiritual warriors and co-create a more positive future for ourselves and for the world. You don't have to be a saint to be a spiritual warrior. You just have to be willing to stand up for what's right, even when it's difficult. Think of Nelson Mandela, who spent decades in prison for fighting against apartheid, yet emerged with unwavering compassion and forgiveness. Or Malala Yousafzai, who was shot by the Taliban for advocating for girls' education, yet continued to speak out for the rights of children around the world. These are just a few examples of individuals who have stood up against oppression, injustice, and darkness throughout history. They remind us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person can make a difference. But remember, you are not alone. You are part of a global community of lightworkers, all interconnected and all working towards a common goal. The importance of community cannot be overstated. We are all interconnected, and our collective consciousness has the power to shape reality. By joining together in collective intention, we can amplify our positive impact and co-create a more harmonious future for ourselves and for the world. Collective intention is when groups of people focus their thoughts, feelings, and intentions to create positive change. Think of group meditations for peace, visualizations for healing, and collective prayers for guidance. These practices have been shown to have a powerful effect on the world around us, influencing everything from crime rates to weather patterns. How can you participate? Join an online meditation group, organize a community service project, or start a local activist group. Gather with like-minded souls and focus your collective energy on creating a more positive and harmonious future. Use the power of visualization and affirmation to co-create a world where everyone is treated with respect and compassion, where peace and abundance are available to all. Affirm that we are all interconnected, that we are all part of the same divine source, and that we have the power to create a world of love, joy, and harmony. Imagine a world where lightworkers are united in their purpose, creating a world of peace, abundance, and spiritual connection. See it, feel it, believe it, and co-create it. We must frame the darkness not as an enemy, but as a catalyst for growth. The darkness is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Just as a caterpillar must undergo a period of darkness and transformation to become a butterfly, we must embrace our own shadows to evolve into our full potential. The journey involves challenging the binary thinking of good versus evil. The line between good and evil is not always clear. We all have the capacity for both light and darkness within us. It's important to recognize this duality and to embrace all aspects of ourselves, including our flaws and imperfections. This relates to the alchemical process of transformation. Darkness can be transmuted into light through awareness, acceptance, and forgiveness. Just as lead can be transformed into gold through alchemy, our shadows can be transformed into sources of strength and wisdom. By embracing our darkness, we unlock hidden potential and transform ourselves into more complete and authentic beings. You are perfect just as you are, with all your strengths and weaknesses. Embrace your imperfections, they make you unique. Even in the face of darkness, you have the power to create a better future for yourself and for the world. So what's next? How do we take this understanding and apply it to our daily lives? Well, ancient wisdom holds the key, and in our next section, we'll be unlocking the secrets of past civilizations to guide us through these turbulent times. Are you ready to journey back in time and unearth the knowledge that has been waiting for us? Are you ready to journey back in time and unearth the knowledge that has been waiting for us? But before we delve into ancient wisdom, we need to take responsibility for the shadow work, that we are about to do. Because like any powerful tool, shadow work can be misused, leading to unintended consequences if approached without proper guidance or ethical considerations. What if, in our quest to understand the darkness, we inadvertently amplify it, both within ourselves and in the world around us? Imagine someone using shadow work as a justification for their anger, blaming past traumas for their present-day behavior, and lashing out at others without taking responsibility for their actions. Or think of someone who becomes obsessed with uncovering their shadow, pathologizing every thought and feeling, turning inward to the exclusion of all else, and becoming paralyzed by fear and self-doubt. This is shadow work gone wrong, a descent into self-indulgence and blame, rather than a journey toward healing and integration. The intention behind shadow work is crucial. Are you approaching it with a genuine desire for growth and self-awareness, or are you seeking to manipulate others, justify harmful actions, or simply indulge in self-pity? Remember, the intention shapes the outcome. Highlight the difference between using shadow work to understand and heal one's own wounds versus using it to justify harmful actions or manipulate others. How can we ensure that we're approaching shadow work responsibly? Seek guidance from a trusted therapist, spiritual mentor, or experienced practitioner. Set clear boundaries, both for yourself and for others. Practice self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Engage in journaling prompts that encourage self-reflection without self-blame, meditation practices that promote self-acceptance and forgiveness. But most importantly, be honest with yourself. Face the uncomfortable truths about your shadow without judgment or denial. It's about creating space for self-acceptance and forgiveness. And be warned, shadow work can be misused. Avoid the temptation to diagnose or pathologize others, projecting your own shadows onto them. The concept of narcissism, for instance, can be misused to label and demonize others, rather than understanding the underlying wounds and patterns that drive their behavior. True understanding seeks to heal, not to condemn. And what about integration versus elimination? The goal of shadow work isn't to eradicate the shadow, but to integrate it into your conscious awareness, harnessing its potential for growth and creativity. Just as a garden needs both sunlight and shade to thrive, our souls need both light and darkness to become whole. Embrace your shadow, and you'll unlock hidden talents, strengths, and insights that you never knew you possessed. But how can we transmute the darkness that we encounter? Darkness can be transformed into light through awareness, acceptance, and conscious effort, an alchemical process of the soul. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, we can transform our shadows into sources of strength and wisdom. It isn't some esoteric concept. Think of cognitive reframing, where you consciously choose to change the way you perceive events to reduce the effect they have on your emotional state. Or using emotional release techniques, such as conscious connected breathwork, to move stagnant energy. Even simply engaging in creative expression to channel difficult emotions into something beautiful and meaningful. And our shadows often contain hidden talents, strengths, and insights that can be unlocked through integration, what we can call shadow gifts. That deep-seated fear you've always felt, it could be transformed into courage, fueling your passion and driving you to take risks. That anger that simmers beneath the surface, it could be transformed into passion, igniting your creativity and empowering you to stand up for what you believe in. That self-doubt that whispers in your ear. It could be transformed into humility, grounding you in reality and keeping you open to learning. Have you ever considered that your deepest wounds might be the source of your greatest strengths? Consider that ability to be deeply empathetic may come from trauma. That is a strength to be able to sense energy and help people who have had similar experience, not a weakness. But where does this fit into the larger scheme of things? There is an ongoing battle for consciousness, and lightworkers have a responsibility to stand up for truth, justice, and compassion. But this spiritual warfare can be complex and challenging, raising difficult ethical questions. Is it ever okay to fight back against darkness with force? How do we balance the need to protect ourselves and others with the principle of nonviolence? Can we confront injustice without becoming consumed by hatred, act from a place of love and compassion, avoiding harm to others, and respecting the free will of all beings? Focus on empowering others, not on controlling them. Seek to understand your enemies, not to demonize them. The pen is mightier than the sword, and the power of love is stronger than the force of hatred. Be discerning about the sources of information and guidance that you trust, avoiding getting swept away by fear or paranoia. Question everything, trust your intuition, and seek out diverse perspectives. Guard against spiritual bypassing, which is using spirituality to avoid dealing with painful emotions or difficult situations. Don't use spiritual concepts to justify inaction or to dismiss the suffering of others. Remember that you are ultimately responsible for your own thoughts, feelings, and actions, and that you must choose to align themselves with the light. Claim your sovereignty, set healthy boundaries, and defend your energetic space. Every time you choose love over fear, you are contributing to the victory of light. Every thought, feeling, and action creates ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. What you put out into the world, you will receive back in some form. Sow seeds of love, and you will reap a harvest of joy. If you use spiritual warfare to harm or manipulate others, you will ultimately suffer the consequences, reaping what you sow. By forgiving those who have wronged you, you free yourself from the energetic ties that bind you to them, allowing you to move forward with grace and ease. Every choice you make is an opportunity to create a more positive and harmonious world. And you have the power to create your own destiny and to shape the future of humanity. When you heal yourself, you help to heal the world. When you raise your vibration, you raise the vibration of the planet. By transforming your own shadows, you help to create a world where there is less fear, less hatred, and less violence. When lightworkers unite in their purpose, they can create a wave of positive energy that transforms the world. Join a meditation group, volunteer in your community, support ethical businesses, and advocate for social justice. What if we all focused our intentions on the good that we want to see? Imagine a world where lightworkers are united in their purpose, creating a world of peace, abundance, and spiritual connection. See it, feel it, believe it, and co-create it. This is the power of inner work as collective healing, creating a ripple effect that transforms the world, one soul at a time. And we must remember our past, which is why we turn to ancient wisdom for guidance in these times. We are all part of a larger whole, and our individual actions have a ripple effect on the collective consciousness. By exploring our own potential, we can create a more positive and harmonious world. Are you ready to discover what our ancestors knew? Have you ever wondered how to tell the difference between your intuition and a dark influence? It's a crucial skill for anyone on the ascension path, especially if you are an empath soaking up everything around you. Your heightened sensitivity is a gift, allowing you to connect deeply and create profoundly. But it also makes you more vulnerable to negative energies. Are you able to tell the difference between a true ascension symptom and an energy attack? Think of it like this. A finely tuned instrument picks up even the faintest vibrations, both harmonious and discordant. As an ascending soul, you're that instrument, and discerning these subtle energies is essential for maintaining your balance and clarity. But how do you distinguish between genuine spiritual experiences and potential interference? The first step is recognizing the physical manifestations. Dark energies often leave a calling card in your body. It's not always as dramatic as a Hollywood movie. It's usually far more subtle, unexplained fatigue that hits you out of nowhere, even after a good night's sleep. Aches and pains that seem to move around your body without any clear cause. Digestive issues that flare up despite a healthy diet. Skin rashes that appear and disappear for no apparent reason. Headaches that pound behind your eyes, resisting all your usual remedies. Or sudden changes in appetite or sleep patterns, leaving you either ravenously hungry or completely unable to eat, wired and restless, or utterly exhausted. These can all be indicators that something's off, but how do you know if it's just a bad day or something more? Differentiate these from typical flu-like ascension symptoms. Ascension symptoms often come with a sense of expansion, excitement, or a feeling of moving forward, even if it's uncomfortable. Dark energy symptoms, on the other hand, tend to feel heavy, oppressive, and draining, like you're being held back or weighed down. But it's not just physical, the emotional and mental indicators are even more telling. Increased anxiety that seems to bubble up from nowhere, not connected to any specific event or worry. Irrational fears that cling to you like shadows, whispering doubts and anxieties in your ear. Intrusive thoughts that replay negative scenarios or plant seeds of self-doubt in your mind. Feelings of paranoia or isolation, making you question your connections and trust in others. Sudden mood swings that swing you from joy to despair in a matter of minutes, leaving you feeling like you're losing control. And a general difficulty concentrating, making it hard to focus on even the simplest tasks. These are all red flags, warning signs that something might be amiss. But how do you tell if you're just having a bad day or if something darker is at play? Start with self-awareness. Sit with your feelings without judgment. Ask yourself where they're coming from. Are they rooted in your own experiences, or do they feel foreign, imposed from the outside? And don't discount the environmental clues, because energies can manifest in your surroundings. Electronic malfunctions, where your devices suddenly start acting up or breaking down for no apparent reason. Flickering lights that blink erratically, even when the bulbs are new and the wiring is sound. Strange noises that echo through your home, whispers, knocks, or rustling sounds that can't be explained. Unpleasant odors that drift through the air, a sulfurous smell, a musty scent, or a metallic tang that lingers despite your best efforts to air out the space. And a general feeling of unease or heaviness in certain locations, a sense that you're being watched, a prickling sensation on your skin, or an overwhelming urge to leave. All of these are clues, whispers from the universe, telling you that something isn't quite right. Link this to the spiritual home environment by considering clutter or stagnant items. Energy gets trapped in objects, and these objects become energetic anchors. It's not just about a messy room, it's about the blocked flow of energy. But pay special attention to relational red flags. Because sometimes, the darkness comes disguised as a friend, a lover, or even a family member. Feeling drained or depleted after spending time with certain people, as if they're sucking your energy dry, leaving you exhausted and empty. Experiencing constant criticism or judgment, where your opinions are dismissed, your achievements are minimized, and your flaws are magnified. And noticing a pattern of codependency or control, where your needs are ignored, your boundaries are violated, and your autonomy is undermined. These are warning signs, red flags that tell you that something is wrong. You might care about this person, but their energy is like a poison. All of this raises ethical questions. How far do you go when defending yourself? How do you protect yourself from negativity without becoming negative yourself? It begins by revisiting intention and karma. Remember that your intentions are like seeds planted in the fertile ground of the universe. What you sow, you will reap. Approach spiritual protection and shadow work with the purest intentions, because the law of karma is always in effect. Any attempt to manipulate or control others, even with seemingly good intentions, will ultimately backfire, creating negative consequences for yourself and for those around you. Think of it like this: if you try to control someone's garden, pulling up the plants you don't like, you're not actually helping the garden grow. You're just imposing your own will, disrupting the natural balance, and ultimately creating more chaos. Distinguish protection from attack. Setting energetic boundaries is like building a fence around your garden, keeping out unwanted pests and protecting your precious plants. Attacking another person's energy field is like sneaking into their garden and poisoning their soil, causing widespread damage and disruption. Respecting free will means allowing others to tend their own gardens, even if they choose to grow things you don't like. It's about recognizing that everyone is on their own journey and that they have the right to make their own choices, even if those choices lead to pain or suffering. It's a hard lesson to learn, but one that is necessary. How do you navigate spiritual warfare with compassion? The very term, spiritual warfare, conjures up images of epic battles between good and evil, but the reality is often far more nuanced. Remind yourselves that everyone is ultimately on their own journey, even those who seem to be aligned with darkness. Even those who are causing harm are likely acting out of their own pain and unresolved traumas. Approaching them with compassion and understanding doesn't mean condoning their actions, but it does mean recognizing their shared humanity and the potential for healing and transformation. Imagine trying to heal a wounded animal by kicking it. It would only cause more pain and suffering, further entrenching its fear and aggression. What about the ethics of intervention? Offering support and guidance to someone who is struggling is like offering them tools and resources to tend their own garden. Trying to save them against their will is like bulldozing their garden and replanting it with your own preferred flowers. What you think is helping might actually be hurting them. You have to respect their autonomy and avoid imposing one's own beliefs or agendas. What you think is a weed might actually be a valuable herb in disguise. Remember, even the darkest soil can produce the most beautiful blooms. Above all, accountability and self-reflection are key. Regularly examine your own motivations and actions to ensure they are aligned with the principles of light and love. Just as a gardener needs to regularly weed their garden, pulling out any unwanted growth, you need to regularly examine your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Keep a journal to assess your behavior and identify any areas where you may be falling short of your ethical standards. Ask yourself questions and answer with honesty. What are your intentions? Are you acting out of love, or are you acting out of fear? Are you seeking to empower others, or are you seeking to control them? But if you find yourself struggling, what can you do right now? There are several tools for immediate energetic self-care. When intense energies hit, grounding is crucial. Walk barefoot on the earth, visualizing roots extending from your feet deep into the ground, anchoring you to the planet. Gardening or hiking can do wonders. These techniques connect you with the Earth's stabilizing energy. Breathe deeply, slowly, and deliberately. Diaphragmatic breathing calms the nervous system, while alternate nostril breathing balances the energy channels in your body. Even box breathing, inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding again for 4, can bring you back to center. Find crystals for energetic support. Black tourmaline acts as a shield, deflecting negative energies. Smoky quartz grounds you, dissipating fear and anxiety. And amethyst calms the mind, promoting peace and clarity. Cleanse them regularly under running water or in sunlight, and don't underestimate the power of sound. Binaural beats can soothe your mind, while solfeggio frequencies promote healing and balance. Tibetan singing bowls create harmonic resonance, dissolving stagnant energy and restoring inner harmony. But most of all, create a sacred space. Clear clutter, add plants or crystals, light candles, and create an altar with meaningful objects. It's your sanctuary, a place where you can retreat from the chaos of the world and connect with your inner guidance. Ultimately, cultivating inner resilience is your greatest weapon. Practice mindful eating, savoring each bite and appreciating the nourishment it provides. Walking meditation can bring you into the present, while a body scan meditation can help you release tension and stress. Keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This shifts your focus from lack to abundance, enhancing your overall well-being. Replace negative thoughts with positive statements, visualizing desired outcomes, and speaking kindly to yourself. Every word you speak has power. Join online or in-person spiritual communities, participate in group meditations, and share knowledge and resources. Connecting with like-minded souls will reinforce the importance of embracing imperfection and self-compassion. The spiritual journey isn't about perfection, it's about growth, forgiveness, and love. By choosing love over fear, you are contributing to the victory of light. Every thought, feeling, and action creates ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. You are a beacon of light, a warrior of peace, and a co-creator of a more beautiful world. Now, let's explore some practical steps you can take. Now, let's delve into the messages that come through in your dreams. Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you? Your dream state isn't merely a nightly rerun of the day's events. It's a vibrant portal, a threshold to other dimensions, offering communication from your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your higher self. Think of your dreams as coded messages, rich with symbolism and archetypes, needing decipherment. For instance, a seemingly ordinary dream about walking through a forest could be a symbolic journey through your subconscious, each tree representing different aspects of your personality or challenges you're facing. What if you wake up terrified, but not sure why? While some dreams are simply processing the day's events, others hold profound significance, offering guidance and warnings relevant to your ascension path. Differentiating between these types is crucial. Is it just a random series of images, or does it carry an emotional weight, a vividness that lingers long after you wake? Many ascending souls experience recurring dream themes related to spiritual warfare. Consider being relentlessly chased. Is this an indication of repressed fears or unresolved issues nipping at your heels? What about the sensation of falling, signaling a loss of control or a need to surrender to the unknown? Conversely, the exhilaration of flying often symbolizes freedom, a burgeoning spiritual growth. Losing teeth, a common dream, might represent the shedding of old beliefs or identities that no longer serve you. It's vital to look at the energetic signature of the dream. Does it leave you feeling drained, anxious, or empowered? Remember, cultural interpretations also play a key role. In some cultures, losing teeth might signify family matters. In others, a death or rebirth. Avoid blindly relying on online searches for definitive answers, as the symbolism is deeply personal. What resonates most strongly with your intuition? Nightmares and encounters with negative entities in dreams can be particularly unsettling. However, understanding how to set boundaries and protect yourself is imperative. These aren't just random bad dreams. They could be glimpses into energetic battles taking place on other planes. Imagine yourself facing a shadowy figure in your dream. Visualize a shield of brilliant light surrounding you, deflecting their negative energy. Call upon Archangel Michael, a protector of lightworkers, for assistance. Recite a protective mantra before sleep, such as "I am surrounded by divine light and love." Upon waking, ground yourself immediately. Place your feet on the floor, take deep breaths, and affirm your safety and sovereignty. Release any lingering fear and remind yourself that you are in control of your energy field. Your ethical responsibility in these encounters is paramount. Engaging in fear or anger only feeds the negative energy. Maintain compassion and detachment, recognizing that these entities are also seeking resolution. How can you transform fear into empowerment in your dream state? Lucid dreaming offers an extraordinary tool for personal evolution. Lucid dreaming is the ability to become aware that you are dreaming, to consciously explore and transform the dream landscape. This allows you to directly confront fears, receive guidance, and rewrite your inner narratives. Start by practicing reality checks throughout the day. Ask yourself, am I dreaming? And look for inconsistencies in your surroundings. Keep a dream journal, recording your dreams as soon as you wake up. This will enhance your dream recall and help you identify recurring patterns. Before sleep, set a clear intention to become lucid. Visualize yourself becoming aware in your dream and confidently navigating the experience. But be warned, lucid dreaming isn't for everyone. If you're unprepared, it can be disorienting or even frightening. Proceed with caution and ensure you have solid grounding practices in place. Have you considered that you are intruding on someone else's experience? Dream incubation allows you to actively seek guidance and healing in the dream state. Before falling asleep, write down a clear and concise question, a specific area in your life where you seek clarity. Visualize the desired outcome, feeling the emotions associated with its manifestation. Trust that the answer will be revealed in your dream, perhaps through a symbolic encounter, a direct message, or a feeling of profound understanding. For example, you might ask, What is my next step on my spiritual path? Or how can I heal my relationship with my mother? Keep a pen and paper by your bedside, ready to capture any insights or images that arise. Remember, dream incubation requires patience and trust. The answers may not come immediately, but with consistent practice, you can unlock a powerful source of inner wisdom. Are you prepared to receive the answers, even if they challenge your current beliefs? Beyond the world of dreams lies another powerful tool for navigating your spiritual journey: synchronicity. These meaningful coincidences serve as signs of alignment and guidance from the universe. These aren't just random occurrences, they're whispers from the cosmos, nudging you in the right direction. Consider the experience of seeing repeating numbers, like 111, 222, or 333. These numbers are often interpreted as angelic messages, signaling that you're on the right path or that your thoughts are aligning with your intentions. Encountering specific animals or symbols, overhearing conversations that directly relate to your thoughts or questions are further signs that the universe is communicating with you. Are you listening? Interpreting these symbolic meanings requires a deep trust in your intuition and a willingness to explore your personal associations. A feather appearing on your path might symbolize guidance from angels or spirit guides. A butterfly might represent transformation and new beginnings. But remember, discernment is key. The same symbol can mean different things to different people based on their cultural background, personal experiences, and emotional state. What does a butterfly represent to you? Does it evoke feelings of joy, freedom, or something else entirely? Trust your inner knowing and allow the symbolism to unfold organically. Avoid imposing rigid interpretations and stay open to multiple possibilities. What if that butterfly means something dark for you? Synchronicities can serve as potent validation, confirming that you're on the right track. Receiving unexpected financial support shortly after setting an intention to pursue a new career path. Meeting a like-minded soul shortly after expressing a desire for deeper connection. These experiences aren't just happy accidents, they're affirmations from the universe, reinforcing your decisions and bolstering your confidence. But be cautious of relying solely on synchronicities as your sole source of guidance, as they can sometimes be misleading. What happens if the money appears but the career path is a dead end? Navigating false synchronicities requires discernment and critical thinking. Not every coincidence is a sign from the universe. Sometimes our minds create connections where none exist, particularly when we're driven by ego-based desires or wishful thinking. Be wary of synchronicities that reinforce your existing biases or lead to harmful actions. What if that like-minded soul turns out to be a manipulator? Some entities can even fake synchronicities to steer you off your true path. Pay attention to the overall feeling of the synchronicity. Does it feel expansive, loving, and aligned with your highest good, or does it feel manipulative, controlling, or fear-based? Trust your gut and don't ignore any red flags. Can you tell if it is true? Working consciously with synchronicities requires setting clear intentions, paying attention to the signs that arise, and taking inspired action. Visualize your desired outcomes, feel the emotions associated with their manifestation, and trust that the universe is conspiring to help you achieve them. When synchronicities appear, acknowledge them with gratitude and ask for further guidance. What steps can you take to co-create with the universe? Are you prepared to step outside your comfort zone? Are you prepared to see limitations on your path? Understanding shadow entities is the next step to claiming your sovereignty. What exactly are these parasitic influences? The term shadow entities encompasses a range of negative influences, from thought forms and parasitic energies to discarnate spirits and other forms of negativity. Thought forms are energetic constructs created by collective or individual thoughts and emotions. Parasitic energies feed on fear, anger, and other negative emotions, draining your vitality and clouding your judgment. Discarnate spirits are souls who have not yet transitioned to the afterlife and may be seeking to attach to living beings for various reasons. Societal and personal influences all play a role. Has your society taught you to be fearful? Attachments can form when we have unresolved traumas, negative thought patterns, and energetic vulnerabilities. Unresolved childhood trauma can create energetic wounds that attract parasitic energies. Constant negative self-talk can weaken the aura and make one more susceptible to negative influence. Addictions, unhealthy relationships, and exposure to violent or toxic environments can also create openings for these entities to attach. The more you are vibrating with the frequency of negativity, the more likely you are to attract these influences. Are your thoughts and actions creating a welcoming environment for unwanted energies? Specific symptoms may indicate the presence of a shadow entity, manifesting on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. Look for sudden changes in behavior or personality, unexplained mood swings, chronic fatigue, intrusive thoughts, hearing voices, and a feeling of being watched. Physical symptoms might include unexplained aches and pains, digestive issues, or skin problems. Emotional symptoms might include increased anxiety, depression, or irritability. Mental symptoms might include difficulty concentrating, memory problems, or distorted thinking. Spiritual symptoms might include feeling disconnected from your intuition, experiencing a loss of faith, or having nightmares or disturbing visions. Recognize that these symptoms can also be caused by other factors, so it's important to seek professional help if you're concerned about your health. Don't simply assume that it is a shadow entity. Ethical and responsible techniques can be used for removing shadow entities. Always prioritize compassion, respect, and the principle of do no harm. Call upon your spirit guides or angels for assistance, visualizing them surrounding you with protective light. Use sound healing or energy clearing techniques, such as smudging with sage or Palo Santo, to cleanse your space and energy field. Set clear boundaries with the entity, firmly stating that it is not welcome in your energy field and commanding it to leave with love and light. Emphasize that you are not trying to harm the entity, but rather to help it move on to a more appropriate realm. Remember, every being deserves respect and compassion, even those that appear to be negative. What if that entity has been with you for centuries? Maintaining energetic hygiene is crucial for preventing future attachments, along with cultivating a strong and resilient energy field. Regular meditation, grounding exercises, affirmations, and spending time in nature are all essential practices. Visualize your aura as a strong and vibrant shield, deflecting negative energies. Practice forgiveness, releasing any resentment or anger you may be holding onto. Fill your life with love, joy, and gratitude, creating a positive and uplifting energy field that repels negativity. Relate it back to previous tools for easy implementation. Can you create energetic immunity to negativity? Now let's switch gears to enhancing your intuition. Intuition is inner guidance, the ability to access knowledge and wisdom beyond the realm of logic and reason. Consider it a crucial tool for navigating the spiritual path. It's that gut feeling, that hunch, that sudden insight that comes without conscious effort. It's your inner compass, guiding you towards your highest good. What happens when your brain gets out of the way? Clearing mental clutter makes room for your intuition to speak. Practice mindfulness meditation, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Engage in breathwork exercises, calming your nervous system and promoting mental clarity. Spend time in nature, allowing the natural world to soothe your mind and connect you with your inner wisdom. Create a daily routine that prioritizes stillness and silence, allowing your intuition to emerge. What if you are addicted to thinking? Recognizing and interpreting intuitive signals takes practice. Pay attention to physical sensations, emotional responses, and recurring thoughts or images. A knot in your stomach might signal that something isn't right. A feeling of warmth and excitement might indicate that you're on the right path. Recurring thoughts or images might contain symbolic messages or guidance. Keep a journal to record your intuitive experiences, tracking their accuracy and identifying patterns. What is your body telling you? Consider developing your psychic senses for even more detailed and accurate messages. Clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairaudience, clear hearing, clairsentience, clear feeling, and claircognizance, clear knowing. Practice visualization exercises, imagining vibrant colors, shapes, and symbols in your mind's eye. Listen to inner sounds, tuning into subtle voices, tones, or vibrations. Pay attention to physical sensations, noticing subtle changes in temperature, pressure, or energy flow. Trust sudden insights, allowing knowledge to download into your consciousness without judgment. Are you ready to trust what you see, hear, feel, and know? Testing and validating intuitive insights is a crucial step. Ground your insights in reality and seek feedback from trusted sources. Keep a journal of your intuitive insights, tracking their accuracy over time. Seek confirmation from trusted friends or mentors, sharing your experiences and asking for their perspective. Use discernment to differentiate between intuition and wishful thinking, recognizing when your ego is trying to hijack your inner guidance. But also be aware of the dangers of thinking that your intuition is always right, even after confirmation. Intuition is a valuable tool, but it's not infallible. Are you open to being wrong? Finally, you must step into collective leadership. Leadership is service, not power. Redefine it with empathy, compassion, and a genuine desire to uplift and empower those around you. Instead of seeking to control or dominate others, focus on leading by example, creating a supportive and inclusive environment, and empowering others to step into their own leadership potential. But remember the need to protect your own energy and ensure sustainability. You can't pour from an empty cup. Are you ready to serve, even when it requires sacrifice? Identify your unique gifts, talents, and passions, and use them to make a positive impact on the world. What are you naturally good at? What do you enjoy doing? What problems do you feel called to solve? Relate this to using your shadow to enhance your abilities. What if your greatest strength lies in your ability to empathize with others, even those who are different from you? Embrace your authenticity and vulnerability, showing up as your true self and sharing your struggles and triumphs with others. Share the stage with others. Building collaborative communities requires shared values, mutual respect, and a commitment to collective growth and empowerment. Create safe spaces for vulnerability, where people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings without judgment. Practice active listening, truly hearing what others have to say, even when you disagree with them. Foster a culture of appreciation and support, celebrating each other's successes and offering encouragement during challenging times. Avoid the pitfalls of groupthink, power struggles, and gossip. Are you prepared to navigate the challenges of collective leadership? Embrace authenticity and vulnerability in leadership. Show up as your true self and share your struggles and triumphs with others. Share personal stories, admit mistakes, and be willing to ask for help. Authenticity and vulnerability create connection, inspiring others to step into their own power and share their gifts with the world. Are you willing to be seen, flaws and all? Lead with integrity and compassion, always striving to act in the highest good of all involved. Make decisions based on ethical principles, treating others with kindness and respect, and being willing to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. This section is about stepping into the light, becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. How can you lead with both strength and gentleness? Prepare yourself, because the path ahead is not going to be an easy one. And prepare yourself you must, because what many fail to recognize is that this path of collective leadership, this journey towards the light, is also a battlefield. But what are the weapons of the opposition? What strategies do these dark forces employ to keep you from your true potential? What do you need to be watching out for in your daily life to make sure you don't get pulled off course? First, understand that psychological manipulation is a key weapon in their arsenal. Consider gaslighting, a tactic designed to undermine your sense of reality, making you doubt your perceptions, memories, even your sanity. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone flatly denies something you know to be true, even when presented with evidence? This could be happening at many levels, from a partner consistently denying past events, making you feel like you're going crazy, to a boss invalidating your feelings, making you question your worth, to the media spreading misinformation to create confusion and division, making it difficult to discern truth from lies. The steps are subtle: first, denial, then questioning your memory. Then outright dismissing your feelings. The ultimate goal: to make you dependent on them for your sense of reality, stripping you of your power and making you easier to control. Then there's love bombing, a technique used to quickly gain control by showering you with excessive attention, affection, and praise. Has anyone ever come on so strong that it felt too good to be true? It might be a new romantic partner overwhelming you with compliments, gifts, and promises of a perfect future, only to later reveal their controlling and abusive tendencies. The initial appeal is intoxicating. You feel seen, adored, and valued. But over time, this intense attention becomes a trap, creating a dependency that's hard to break free from. The love bomber isolates you from your support system, manipulates your emotions, and gradually erodes your sense of self-worth. The long-term fallout can be devastating, leaving you feeling confused, betrayed, and emotionally drained. Triangulation is another common tactic, used to create conflict and division by involving a third party. Picture this: a parent pitting siblings against each other, creating jealousy and resentment; a boss creating competition among employees, fostering a toxic work environment; or a political leader using divisive rhetoric to rally support, further polarizing society. The scope expands as more people are brought in. This is so effective because it plays on our insecurities and our need for validation. By creating conflict between individuals or groups, the manipulator maintains control, ensuring that no one unites against them. The psychology behind this lies in exploiting our vulnerabilities, using our emotions against us, and keeping us divided and conquered. Guilt-tripping and emotional blackmail are also effective tools, exploiting your guilt, fear, or sense of obligation to control your decisions. Think about a family member using emotional blackmail to control your choices, threatening to withdraw their love or support if you don't comply. Or perhaps a friend using guilt to manipulate you into doing something you don't want to do, making you feel selfish or uncaring if you refuse. The ultimate goal is to strip you of your power, making you feel responsible for their emotions and obligated to meet their demands. The long-term results are a drain on your emotional energy and a constant sense of unease, and this slowly dissolves your boundaries. Finally, be wary of projection and blame shifting, where someone attributes their own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or behaviors to you and avoids taking responsibility for their actions. A classic example is a person accusing their partner of being unfaithful when they are the one having an affair, or a leader blaming their followers for their own failures. Remember when we spoke about ethical boundaries? A key step in identifying this tactic is to look for inconsistencies between someone's words and their actions. Are they constantly pointing the finger at others, deflecting any responsibility for their own mistakes? The psychological effects of blame shifting can be devastating, leaving you feeling confused, invalidated, and responsible for someone else's actions. But what happens when these forces infiltrate your spiritual journey, twisting your desire for enlightenment into another form of control? The pitfall of spiritual bypassing is something that many ascending souls need to understand. Are you ready to look at the other side? Spiritual bypassing is using spiritual ideas and practices to avoid facing and processing painful emotions, unresolved traumas, or difficult life situations. Are you using affirmations to deny negative emotions, meditating to escape from difficult relationships? Claiming to be above worldly problems, these are all examples of spiritual bypassing. The long-term effects can be devastating as unprocessed trauma resurfaces in unexpected ways, manifesting as physical, emotional, and spiritual problems. It feels right to do this because it offers a temporary escape from pain, a false sense of peace and control. Common manifestations include premature forgiveness, forgiving someone who has caused harm without acknowledging the pain or setting boundaries, creating a pattern of abuse. Then there is excessive positivity, constantly suppressing negative emotions with positive affirmations, and so detaching from reality and devaluing emotions. Remember our discussion of shadows. Those with deeply buried shadows are particularly prone to this activity, clinging to spiritual concepts to avoid facing their inner demons. It feels so good in the short term because it provides a quick fix, a way to avoid uncomfortable feelings. Yet, in the long term, it only prolongs the healing process, preventing you from integrating your shadow and achieving true wholeness. The dangers of suppression cannot be overstated. Unprocessed trauma can manifest as chronic pain, anxiety, depression, or addictive behaviors. Studies have shown a direct correlation between unresolved childhood trauma and increased risk of physical and mental health problems later in life. The long-term cost of spiritual bypassing is a life lived in denial, a disconnection from your authentic self, and a vulnerability to further manipulation. So, how can you recognize bypassing in yourself and others? Self-awareness is the first step. Are you being honest about your own struggles, acknowledging the validity of others' emotions, being willing to seek professional help when needed? The dangers of enabling those engaged in this process are significant. By supporting their avoidance, you perpetuate their suffering and prevent them from seeking genuine healing. Signs to look for include a constant need to be seen as spiritual, a tendency to dismiss or invalidate others' pain, and a refusal to take responsibility for their actions. Embracing authenticity and integration is the key to breaking free from this trap. Allow yourself to feel anger, sadness, or fear without judgment. Set boundaries with toxic people, protecting your energy and prioritizing your well-being. Seek therapy or counseling to process past traumas, finding support from trusted sources. Reinforce the need for long-term solutions, even if they aren't the easy ones. True healing requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to confront your shadows. But what if you find yourself under direct attack? What if these dark forces are actively trying to undermine your energy and derail your spiritual path? What advanced techniques can you employ to protect yourself? Amplify your shielding and grounding using specific deities, spirit guides, or sacred symbols. Invoke Archangel Michael for protection, visualizing a golden sphere of light surrounding you. Use specific mantras or affirmations to reinforce your energetic boundaries. Remember our earlier discussion of shadow entities. You can use your knowledge of their tactics to enhance your defenses, turning your vulnerabilities into strengths. This allows you to act ethically and responsibly, maintaining compassion and respect while protecting yourself from harm. Disrupt negative thought forms by challenging limiting beliefs, practicing cognitive reframing, and using affirmations to reprogram your mind. Replace negative thoughts with positive statements, questioning the validity of limiting beliefs, and visualizing desired outcomes. The key is to take action, not just recite affirmations. What specific steps can you take to change your thought patterns and create a more positive reality? Master your emotional regulation. Practice mindful breathing, using specific breathwork exercises to calm your nervous system, and engage in creative expression to release pent-up emotions. These techniques allow you to process your emotions without being overwhelmed by them, maintaining your clarity and focus. How can you transform the emotional impacts of these attacks into opportunities for growth and self-discovery? Employ psychic self-defense techniques. Cut cords with negative people or situations, clearing your energy field with sound or crystals, and visualizing yourself surrounded by protective energy. Remember, some people are in your life for a reason, even if that reason is to teach you a valuable lesson. Address the underlying issues before severing ties completely. What lessons can you learn from these relationships? Reiterate your sovereign boundaries, emphasizing your right to say no, to protect your energy, and to prioritize your own well-being. Assertively communicate your needs and limits, avoiding people-pleasing behaviors, and being willing to walk away from toxic relationships or situations. What gets in the way of setting good boundaries? Fear of rejection, guilt, lack of self-worth. Overcome these obstacles by recognizing your inherent value and prioritizing your own well-being. Remember, saying no is an act of self-love, not selfishness. But where can you turn for support on this challenging path? How can you find true connection and avoid the pitfalls of spiritual communities? An authentic spiritual community is built on shared values, mutual respect, and a commitment to collective growth and empowerment. A positive community supports each other's journeys, shares knowledge and resources, and co-creates a more positive world. The requirements include open communication, ethical leadership, and a focus on personal responsibility. What actions and values define a truly supportive and empowering space? Various types of communities can offer support. Online forums can provide access to a wide range of perspectives and resources, but can also be breeding grounds for negativity and misinformation. Local groups can offer in-person connection and support, but may be limited in their diversity. Retreat centers can provide immersive experiences and opportunities for deep healing, but can also be expensive and time-consuming. Each type presents unique challenges. How can you navigate these challenges and find the community that best suits your needs? Red flags to watch for include cult-like behavior, manipulation, dogma, and lack of accountability. A community that discourages critical thinking, demands unquestioning obedience, or engages in harmful practices should be avoided at all costs. Examples include isolating members from their families and friends, controlling their finances, or engaging in spiritual practices that cause harm. How can you identify these red flags and protect yourself from harmful influences? Finding the right fit requires trusting your intuition, aligning with your values, and seeking feedback from trusted sources. Research different communities, attend introductory events, and talk to current members. Ask questions about their beliefs, practices, and leadership. Pay attention to your gut feeling. Does it feel expansive, loving, and supportive, or does it feel constricting, controlling, and fear-based? Vet the leaders to ensure that they are ethical and not just saying the right things. Look for transparency, accountability, and a willingness to admit mistakes. Remember, setting and maintaining healthy boundaries within a spiritual community is essential. You have the right to disagree, to express your needs, and to walk away if necessary. Be assertive about your limits, avoiding gossip or drama, and being willing to challenge authority when necessary. The power of saying no is a benefit for both you and the community, allowing for honest communication and healthy relationships. Are you prepared to stand up for your boundaries, even when it's difficult? And so, to help you reclaim your inner sovereignty and resist manipulation, let's introduce a powerful affirmation. Say it with intention: I am sovereign, I am free, I am the master of my own destiny, I choose love, I choose truth, I choose to align with my highest good, I am protected, I am guided, I am empowered. Let's break down this affirmation. I am sovereign affirms your inherent right to self-determination. I am free declares your liberation from limiting beliefs and external control. These are not just words, they are energetic declarations that can reprogram negative thought patterns and cultivate a sense of inner strength. Feel the power of these words resonating within you. Use this affirmation regularly, daily, or whenever you feel vulnerable to negative influences. Recite it aloud, writing it down, or visualizing it in your mind's eye. Combine it with other techniques, such as meditation, breathwork, or visualization, to amplify its effects. For example, reciting the affirmation while meditating, breathing deeply, or visualizing yourself surrounded by protective energy. The benefit of combining this technique with others is that it creates a synergistic effect, amplifying the power of each individual practice. Trust your power. You are not alone, and you have the strength to navigate any challenge. Step into your sovereignty, reclaim your inner authority, and align with your highest potential. Are you ready to trust your own guidance? This is the power of reclaiming one's inner sovereignty, and it sets you up to be receptive to what comes next. What happens after you take responsibility and stop all of this? What does your future look like? But what happens when you infuse that sovereignty into the very structure of your day? What rituals can you weave into the tapestry of your life to sustain your spiritual strength, to constantly reinforce your connection to the light, and to prepare you for the inevitable storms? How can you build a fortress of resilience, brick by brick, with intention and awareness? Begin each day with intention setting and energy alignment. Don't just stumble out of bed and into the chaos of the world. Instead, create a sacred space for yourself, even if it's just for a few minutes. Upon waking, before reaching for your phone or engaging with the news, take a few deep breaths and connect with your higher self. What do you intend to create today? What energies do you want to embody? Consider gratitude practices, acknowledging the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. I am grateful for the roof over my head, for the food in my belly, for the love in my heart. Feel the resonance of those words. Then, engage in visualization exercises, picturing your day unfolding in alignment with your intentions. See yourself succeeding in your goals, radiating love and compassion, and navigating challenges with grace and ease. What does that version of you look like? Act like that person now. This is where you can tie in those affirmations. Instead of just rattling them off, make them the keystone of a directed intention. Say it loud and feel the words. Then throughout the day, pay attention to any negative energy blocks that may arise. Do you feel a knot in your stomach, a tightness in your chest, a sense of unease? Use the techniques we've discussed previously, breathwork, visualization, or affirmations to release those blocks and restore your energetic flow. Are you ready to take control of your energetic state and set a positive tone for the day? Midday mindfulness and energetic check-ins are crucial for maintaining your spiritual equilibrium. The world is a chaotic place, filled with distractions and negativity. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of daily life and lose touch with your inner self. That's why it's so important to practice mindfulness throughout the day, taking moments to check in with your energy and course correct if necessary. Taking short breaks for meditation or breathwork can be incredibly effective. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. What sensations are you experiencing in your body? What emotions are present? Acknowledge them without getting carried away by them. Pay attention to physical sensations and emotional responses, using discernment to identify and address any energetic imbalances. Are you feeling anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed? Take a few deep breaths, visualize yourself surrounded by calming energy, and release any tension you may be holding. The benefits of disconnecting from technology cannot be overstated. The constant barrage of information and stimulation can be incredibly draining on your energy. Take a break from your phone, your computer, and the news. Go for a walk in nature, listen to music, or simply sit in silence. Allow yourself to disconnect from the external world and reconnect with your inner self. Do you have the strength to disconnect for even a few minutes, or do you feel drawn back in? Evening shadow integration and release is an essential part of your daily spiritual practice. It's a time to reflect on the day's experiences, process difficult emotions, and release any negativity that has been accumulated. Journaling about challenging experiences can be incredibly helpful. Write about what happened, how you felt, and what you learned. This can help you gain clarity and perspective on your experiences, processing difficult emotions with self-compassion. Allow yourself to feel anger, sadness, or fear without judgment. These emotions are a natural part of the human experience. Don't try to suppress them or push them away. Instead, acknowledge them, validate them, and allow them to move through you. Then, use forgiveness practices to release any resentment or bitterness. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you may have made, and forgive others for any harm they may have caused you. Consider the long-term benefits of engaging with your shadow self. The shadows provide the contrast that allows the light to shine even brighter. Embrace them, learn from them, and integrate them into your being. Are you willing to face your shadows and emerge stronger and more resilient? Creating a sleep sanctuary and preparing for positive dream experiences is crucial for your overall well-being. Sleep is a time for rest, repair, and rejuvenation. It's also a time when you're more open to receiving guidance from your higher self and from the dream realms. Clearing the bedroom of clutter can create a more calming and restful environment. remove any unnecessary items, organize your belongings, and create a space that feels peaceful and inviting. Using calming scents and sounds can also help you relax and prepare for sleep. Lavender, chamomile, and sandalwood are all known for their calming properties. Listen to soothing music, nature sounds, or white noise to block out any distracting noises. Then, set intentions for positive and insightful dreams. Before you go to sleep, ask your higher self or your spirit guides to provide you with guidance and insight through your dreams. What questions do you have? What challenges are you facing? What wisdom do you seek? The correct environmental conditions for the best results are darkness, silence, and a comfortable temperature. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. This will help you fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. Do you believe that your dreams hold valuable insights and guidance for your life? The weekend should be a time for deeper reflection, energetic recharge, and connection with nature and supportive communities. It's a time to step away from the demands of daily life and reconnect with your inner self and with the world around you. Spending time in nature can be incredibly restorative. Go for a hike in the woods, sit by the ocean, or simply relax in your backyard. The natural world has a powerful ability to heal and rejuvenate. Engaging in creative expression can also be a great way to recharge your energy. Paint, write, dance, sing, or play music. Allow yourself to express your creativity freely and without judgment. The ethical considerations should be a guiding light. As you go out into nature or create art, make sure you respect the world and the people around you. Connecting with loved ones can also be incredibly fulfilling. Spend time with your family, your friends, or your romantic partner. Share your experiences, offer support, and receive love and connection. Don't forget the value of having a good support system. Lean on your loved ones during challenging times and celebrate your successes together. Participating in spiritual gatherings or workshops can also be a great way to deepen your spiritual practice. Attend a meditation retreat, a yoga class, or a workshop on energy healing. Connect with like-minded souls and expand your knowledge and understanding. The more you give, the more you get back. What small thing can you do right now to give back to the community and ensure ethical practices in your life? And as we embark on this journey of daily ritual, it's time to embrace the warrior of light archetype. How can you reclaim your inner power and authority, cultivate unwavering courage and resilience, lead with empathy and compassion, stand for truth and justice, and inspire others to awaken and empower themselves? What does that look like? Reclaiming your inner power and authority is the first step. Refuse to be victimized by fear, manipulation, or external control. Remember our previous section on deception strategies of the dark forces. Knowing how those work is a form of protection. Set clear boundaries, refusing to allow others to violate your energetic space or control your decisions. Speak your truth, even when it's difficult or unpopular. Express your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. Stand up for what is right, even when it's challenging or uncomfortable. Advocate for justice, equality, and compassion in the world. And never forget that you are not alone, and what you are doing will help others, as we discussed in the section on collective healing. Cultivating unwavering courage and resilience is essential for navigating the challenges of the spiritual path. Challenge limiting beliefs that hold you back from your full potential. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Visualize desired outcomes, picturing yourself achieving your goals and living your best life. Draw upon the support of your spirit guides and community. Connect with your inner wisdom, accessing your intuition and inner guidance. And use darkness to make you stronger rather than afraid. See every challenge as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Leading with empathy and compassion is the hallmark of a true warrior of light. Practice active listening, paying attention to others' needs and perspectives without judgment. Offer forgiveness, releasing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Seek to find common ground with those who hold different perspectives. Remember our earlier conversation on personal versus external locus of control. Emphasize the importance of being aware of your actions and behaviors. and always strive to understand and support others, even those who seem to be aligned with darkness. By choosing this, you benefit more than others. You create more compassion and free yourself from hatred. Standing for truth and justice is a non-negotiable principle for any warrior of light. Speak out against injustice, refusing to condone harmful behavior or remain silent in the face of oppression. Remember our previous section on manipulation and psychological tactics. Use that knowledge to identify and challenge those who seek to deceive or control others. Support ethical businesses that are committed to fair labor practices, environmental sustainability, and social responsibility. Advocate for positive change in the world, using your voice and your actions to create a more just and equitable society. And embrace your duty to stand against evil and what that truly means. Use your shadow self to your benefit, recognizing your own capacity for darkness and choosing to align with the light. Inspiring others to awaken and empower themselves is the ultimate expression of the warrior of light archetype. Lead by example, living your truth, and demonstrating the power of love, compassion, and courage. Create safe spaces for vulnerability, where others can share their experiences, express their emotions, and connect with their authentic selves. Offer support and guidance to those who are struggling. Share your knowledge, wisdom, and love with the world. This is all building on previous sections on community and ethics. Are you ready to step into your role as a warrior of light and inspire others to awaken and empower themselves? And so, as we delve deeper into the warrior archetype, let us redefine the very meaning of victory, transcending the limitations of duality. What happens when we move beyond us versus them thinking, embrace paradox and uncertainty, focus on inner transformation, create a world of harmony and balance, and ultimately transcend the battleground altogether? Challenging the binary thinking of good versus evil is the first step. Encourage viewers to see beyond simplistic labels and to recognize the interconnectedness of all beings. Build off of ethical spiritual warfare in the previous section, understanding that even those who seem to be aligned with darkness are ultimately acting out of their own pain and unresolved traumas. This is the point where we show that we are not here to fight, but to heal, expanding the idea of ethical responsibilities discussed previously. Everyone is worthy of compassion, even those who cause harm. Embracing paradox and uncertainty is essential for navigating the complexities of the spiritual path. Recognize that the spiritual journey is not always linear or logical, and that it often involves navigating ambiguous and contradictory experiences. This connects to previous sections on deception and the need to be able to think critically to reach truth. Accept that both light and darkness exist within oneself, and that both are necessary for growth and transformation. Embrace the need to integrate paradox, holding seemingly contradictory truths in your awareness and recognizing that they can coexist. True understanding lies in embracing complexity and nuance. Focusing on inner transformation is the ultimate key to victory. Emphasize that true victory lies not in defeating external enemies, but in transforming one's own shadows and cultivating inner peace, love, and compassion. Build on what ethical shadow work is, recognizing that the greatest battles are fought within. Work on releasing limiting beliefs that hold you back from your full potential. Process difficult emotions with self-compassion and forgiveness. And forgive yourself and others for past mistakes, releasing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Creating a world of harmony and balance is the ultimate goal. Encourage viewers to focus on creating a world where all beings are treated with respect and compassion, and where resources are shared equitably. Refer to previous sections on the rippling effect of healing, reinforcing the power of individual action for creating collective change. Support ethical businesses that are committed to fair labor practices, environmental sustainability, and social justice. Advocate for policies that promote equality, diversity, and inclusion, and create sustainable communities that are resilient, regenerative, and equitable. Ultimately, we must transcend the battleground altogether. Offer a vision of a future where the battle for consciousness is no longer necessary, where all beings are aligned with the principles of light and love, and where peace and harmony prevail. In this future, there is no need for warriors of light, because everyone is already awakened and empowered. There is no need for shadow work, because everyone has already integrated their darkness. And there is no need for ethical spiritual warfare, because everyone is already aligned with truth and justice. Envision a world where peace and harmony reign supreme, where all beings are treated with respect and compassion, and where resources are shared equitably. And remember, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint, and it is important to keep pushing to build a better world. The finale has an important key. So, how do we transform this understanding into action? The key is to remember the interconnectedness of the tools we've explored. Shadow work revealing the inner landscape, spiritual protection fortifying our energetic boundaries, intuition guiding our decisions, and community providing unwavering support. These aren't isolated techniques. They're interwoven threads in a tapestry of resilience. Think of shadow work as the foundation, clearing the ground for new growth. Spiritual protection becomes the walls, safeguarding our energy from intrusion. Intuition acts as the compass, guiding us toward our true north. And community provides the roof, sheltering us from the storms and offering warmth and connection. Using this holistic approach ensures we can withstand the darkness. But what happens when we stop viewing the dark traits as something to be banished, and instead see them as untapped potential? What if that anger, once a destructive force, could fuel a passionate fight for justice? What if that fear, once paralyzing, could sharpen our instincts and drive us to protect ourselves and others? When we integrate these shadow aspects, we unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience. Consider the times when your anger has propelled you to stand up against injustice, or your fear has motivated you to prepare for the unknown. In these moments, the dark becomes a catalyst for positive action, transforming what was once a liability into an asset. The point is that even the darkest parts of ourselves can be alchemized into light, creating a more complete, empowered self. And this transformation, remember, contributes to the collective healing of the planet. Remember that you possess the strength to navigate the challenges ahead, the resilience to overcome any obstacle, and a unique role to play in the ascension process. You are not merely a passive observer. You are an active participant, a co-creator of reality. You are not alone. Countless others are walking this path with you, and their strength amplifies your own. This is not an easy path, but it is a worthy one. The darkness may persist, but so does the light, and it is within your power to amplify that light and illuminate the world around you. Every small act matters, every moment of self-care, every act of compassion ripples outward, creating waves of healing and transformation that touch the lives of countless others. Do you believe you have the strength and ability to affect those waves? Now, let's expand on that interconnectedness. What happens when we recognize that every act of healing, every moment of self-awareness, creates a ripple effect that touches the lives of countless others? The butterfly effect of consciousness suggests that even the smallest actions can have profound and far-reaching consequences. Imagine a scenario where you're faced with a challenging situation. Someone cuts you off in traffic, a colleague makes a hurtful comment, or you receive disappointing news. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you choose to respond with compassion and understanding. What happens? You de-escalate the conflict, you promote understanding, and you create space for healing. This seemingly small act can have a ripple effect, influencing the behavior of others and creating a more harmonious environment. That's a world-changing action. Embrace the power of your individuality. What unique gifts and talents do you possess? What passions ignite your soul? What contributions are you uniquely positioned to make to the world? You don't have to be a guru or a spiritual leader to make a difference. You can contribute by expressing your creativity, sharing your knowledge, or simply being a source of kindness and support to those around you. Perhaps you're a gifted artist who can create beauty and inspire hope through your art. Maybe you're a skilled communicator who can bridge divides and foster understanding through your words. Or perhaps you're simply a compassionate soul who can offer a listening ear and a comforting presence to those who are struggling. No matter what your gifts may be, embrace them, hone them, and use them to contribute to the collective ascension process. What is your unique contribution to this world? And yet, it's okay to feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or confused at times. The spiritual path is not always easy, and there will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you feel lost, and when you question everything you believe. That's why it's so important to connect with like-minded souls who can offer support, encouragement, and guidance along the way. Seek out communities where you feel safe, supported, and understood. Share your experiences, ask for help, and offer your own support to others. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Even now, some questions may remain unanswered. Some mysteries may continue to elude your grasp. The spiritual path is an ongoing journey of discovery and exploration, a never-ending quest for truth and understanding. Don't be afraid to embrace uncertainty, to question everything, and to seek out diverse perspectives. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know, and that's okay. The key is to remain open-minded, curious, and willing to learn. And most importantly, trust your own intuition and inner guidance. That's right, trust yourself above all. This reinforces what was stated in the first section, but with a new understanding. Question everything. Seek out diverse perspectives. Validate your own experiences. Don't blindly accept what others tell you is true. You have the inner wisdom to discern what resonates with your soul and what does not. You are your own authority. The power to discern lies within you, and it's time to claim it. What truths are you ready to embrace? How do you continue this growth? Engage in daily practices that nourish your soul, such as meditation, breathwork, or journaling. Seek mentorship from those who have walked the path before you. Explore different spiritual traditions, gleaning wisdom from diverse cultures and perspectives. Attend workshops, read books, join online communities, or volunteer in your local community. The opportunities for growth are endless, and the journey is yours to create. This is your homework, if you choose to accept it. Envision this, a future where lightworkers are united in their purpose, creating a world of peace, abundance, and spiritual connection. A world where people live in harmony with nature, where resources are shared equitably, and where everyone is empowered to live their full potential. This is not just a pipe dream, this is a possibility that we can create together, one act of kindness, one moment of self-awareness, one ripple of compassion at a time. The light will conquer, a new day will dawn. And so, I encourage you to continue exploring your own spiritual path, to embrace new challenges, and to never stop learning and growing. If you want to learn more about specific techniques for energy clearing or shadow integration, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. In the next video, we will expand on this topic. The journey continues, but that is for another time. What resonated with you most in this video? What challenges are you facing on your spiritual path? What steps are you taking to create a better world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights can inspire others and create a ripple effect of positive change. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May you be blessed with peace, love, and wisdom. Until next time, take care and keep shining your light. But be warned, the coming months will bring even more challenges and opportunities. The path forward may not be easy, but it will be rewarding for those who choose to walk it with courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment. Stay tuned for more guidance and support as we navigate these uncharted waters